This is the first time we had to sit down, me and you, and write the pros and cons of this decision. And it was tough. It wasn't easy. By no means was it easy. We're talking about changing somebody's routine, their life. It felt like a lot of responsibility on our part
hmm
to make the right choice, right? Do we keep the artist or do we let him or her go, right? We're really
That's my start. That's my start for
Yes.
today. No, I'm just kidding. Welcome
You gotta
back to
change it
another
up.
episode. My name is Josh, and as we said last week, it's
Yeah.
a new start for us. A new start.
What's up with this shit? You.
A new start.
No mames,
No,
What's
yeah,
up?
we announced the last week in the episode that we made a change for the podcast.
Yeah, the name.
We changed our name to, and we are rebranding the podcast to the ICONIQ
Mindset
Mindset.
podcast.
Yeah.
I'm
we
Ricky
have the
Tap, by the
podcast?
way. Wait, being rude now, fucking introducing me, dog.
Everybody knows you already. You're like the number one.
It's like I fucking talk bad about you before the cameras or something.
Well, give us a little background on why we decided to do this. I know you guys probably got shocked last episode.
Super shocked.
Yeah.
Lightning right here, Carlos.
But yeah, give us a little background of why we ended up rebranding.
Let me tell the viewers why.
Yeah.
Man, we're just evolving. We're evolving. We realized this is our 50th episode on season 2, right? Season 1. Is that right, Carlos? Thumbs up, thumbs
Season
down.
3.
Season 3. So we have over like almost 100, probably hit almost 100 podcasts.
Mhm.
You know? And a good influencer that has a killer podcast that I forgot his fucking name right now. Ryan Pineda said, you gotta have a lot of trials before you can actually know what you're about.
Mhm.
Do shit first, then you can analyze it. Where is it going? Don't. A lot of people make the mistake of saying, "Oh, I need to have my viewers. I need to have my who I'm thinking about first." Just do a podcast. Do a podcast. Start with something. It's gonna lead you in a certain way, and that's where we're at. It's leading us more. It's less from the actual tattooing part, which we all love, but more towards the artists and the way they think.
Mhm.
Notice that? Every time we interviewed somebody, every time me and you had conversations, we have our artists from our shop here. We bring in other artists. We stopped talking about tattooing, and we started talking about struggles, barriers, relationships. What relationships did you meet to get to where you're at? What relationships you had to lose to get where you're at? You know, what struggles did you have? Did you have financial struggles? Did you have technique struggles? Did you have um, strategy struggles? And what does it all encompass? It's a mindset, really, dude. It's a mindset, and mindset for us is the state of where you're at, the awareness of what you're at, and we kept the name Iconic, the Iconic Mindset Podcast. That's where we're at now. So I'm happy with it. I'm excited.
Mhm.
I think talking about the state of mind is unlimited, dude. We really can talk about just like the conversation me and you had before the cameras,
Mhm.
right? What do you think?
I was holding my thoughts.
Fuck you.
No, but yeah, I was gonna say, like, from when we first started, we ended up. I remember when we first started the first time. We did the podcast when we set up the phone and the iPad.
Yeah,
We're talking strictly just to tattoo artists, right? Because we didn't know what we were gonna talk to. We're like, well, let's talk about what we know.
yeah.
And then
We didn't know much at the time.
we didn't know much at the time. And then we ended up switching off to just talking about business and involving a little bit of tattooing. And then we're like, well, let's talk about tips.
Yeah,
And let's talk about techniques, like people that want to learn about tattooing, you know?
Mhm.
But we saw we weren't really there's only so much you could do on that.
There's only so much times we can show you how to set up a tray of ink, needles, and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
And most of that stuff you can already find on YouTube.
Yeah.
But you said like exactly how you said, like interviewing people, our topics, like we're not really scripted on this podcast. So we have an outline that we kind of go through.
Yeah.
For the most part, our podcast ended up going from that outline to just completely different, and ended up being about the mindset of the person.
Yeah, because we genuinely care when these pivotal moments in their career happen and why, and we dig into their questions of like, well, why did you decide to leave, the first shop you were at?
Mm-hmm.
Why did you decide to go on your own? Why did you decide to open a tattoo shop? We want to know. We want to know what your thought process is, right?
Yeah,
We genuinely wanted to know because we were in those times too.
that's crazy to see. Like, there's gonna be a lot of people that have been following us from the beginning to see where we're at now.
Yeah.
In this chapter of the podcast, and I feel like our podcast has evolved with the culture we have in the shop.
Yeah.
As the culture we keep evolving in the shop, our mindset for the podcast has changed.
Yeah. Because we always look back at our week.
Yeah.
We always look back at our week and what happened in our shop, and we can get lessons from each situation, every scenario that comes up,
Mhm.
But let's define what culture is, guys. If you guys never heard the term, which I'm pretty sure you guys have, if you're watching these type of podcasts, they're mentioned a lot in business.
Mhm.
In the business culture, it's not like what's your culture, like I'm Mexican, you're Mexican, you're Asian or American. Those are different type of cultures.
Mhm.
We're talking about a business culture, the way actions are conducted within your tattoo shop. That's your culture. If your tattoo shop, stop and analyze your tattoo shop right now. Do you guys play a lot of games there? Like we play with each other. That's a culture.
We'll switch those words up.
Play with each other. You play around jokingly. All right. That's a different kind of culture. Are you guys talking about drugs or nightlife? Are you guys talking about cars or trying to get the newest whip? That's
Mhm.
a culture. Are you guys talking about savings and IRAs and Bitcoin and tax laws? That's a culture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whatever topics I had mentioned it earlier. This is a good one. Huh? Whatever. All right, ready? Whatever. Said plainly and simple. 3, 2, 1. Pretty much saying it simply is whatever topics are being tossed around from artist to artist around the shop is what the culture is about. Here we're always talking about dope artists, seminars, art background, art topics, right? We're talking about business, talking about tattoo shops, we're talking about
So the main idea is just growing.
just growing. We're talking about growing.
Growing
How
as an
can we
artist
grow?
and as your own business.
There you go.
Um,
That's our culture here.
yeah, and I think one important thing is, like, if you go to a shop and their culture is already established, it's kind of hard to fit into a culture you don't feel
Aligns with your thoughts.
aligns with their thoughts. That's why I feel like a shop that is established already, they have a set culture already, it attracts that same type of artist to them.
Yeah.
That's
actually a good point. A culture takes time to build too.
Yeah.
You don't just like open up a shop and this is gonna be my culture.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Because a culture is composed of all the artists' thoughts.
Exactly.
And when we first started in 2018 November, what was our culture?
Need to pay some bills.
We need to pay the fucking lease. So the culture was like, stay here, wait for clients, try to build your clients,
Mhm.
and try to just come up with the first fucking, $2,600 that we had to pay for that lease. What did that mean? It meant grind, talking to people, tattooing anything and everything that walked in the tattoo shop, from infinities to infinity tattoos, or what are they called?
Infinity.
Infinity signs?
Yeah.
Sorry. Names, neck tattoos, whatever came into the shop.
I just still remember that ass tattoo I had to do on that white dude from Philly. Hey man, I gotta pay some bills.
Okay, I mean, hey, if that's good, I mean, more power to you, bro.
Bro, technically, quick sidebar. Technically, you were supposed to do that tattoo.
Whoa, guys. I'm gonna let you finish the podcast right now, but I want to ask Josh, that butt tattoo wasn't for me, bro. Why are you lying on the podcast, bro?
That was definitely for you, bro. Like, I know you're a little you forgetful, you know.
Nah.
It was definitely for you. You know what's one thing you shouldn't forget though?
What was that?
If you want to book a tattoo, you should definitely go to ICONICTattooStudio.com and hit the consultation button. Check out our artists and message them or send us a consultation form of what you want.
That's right, guys. On there, you can see every tattoo artist that is on the roster right now. Guys, we do a lot of black and gray, large scale tattoos. We have some of the crispiest line work here. All our artists are just dope, and they can contact you right away. You can even pick your artist that you want, on there, and put a little description of what you want. We'll get to you at least within the day's time, and we'll get your consultation going and get you set up for a tattoo, right?
Sir. Now, let's get back to this conversation about Ricky not wanting to do an ass tattoo. And then
I don't remember, so
yeah, he called in and he's like, "Hey, is there an artist available?"
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "I want to get an ass tattoo."
Mm-hmm. And I had answered it?
Yeah, you had answered it. And it was your turn. You're like, "Nah, I don't do that." I was like, "Why not? Just fucking do it."
Mm-hmm.
Fast. So I called him back and told him to come in.
It's not that I don't do that. It's that I chose not to do it, right? So I chose not to get the money that day. So you got the money, fool. You didn't buy me a beer after.
Anyways, yeah.
You bought him a beer. Yeah, that was
about
a
the
culture
experience.
I bet. Royalty experience, huh? So that's a good point, though. You mentioned, like, culture is built through time, guys. And now that we have 5 years in November, we're going to have 5 years here. How fucking amazing is that? We slowly has implemented this culture into our shop, dude. And what is our culture like? Growth.
Yeah.
I want everybody to grow here.
Yeah. And it's not like we set one thing and that's how we're following. Like we've had to try different multiple things and take away different multiple things that we implemented to create the culture we're at right now.
Yeah. I mean, we all know, we talk about it here, customer service.
Yeah.
Everybody here has to have excellent or beyond excellent customer service. Like it's not negotiable here, and that falls on us as shop owners. Like if they fail to go above and beyond, we can catch that client. Say, all right, let us help you, because it is our name and that's our culture. If we just say, sorry, bro, you fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't know how to communicate with that person. You gave him a free tattoo. Now you had told him this price, and he thinks it's that price. You didn't communicate that very well with him. Sorry, man. Learn better, kid, or dude, or bro, or girl, whatever we're talking about, right? And we would just be like, but that's not what our culture is about.
Yeah.
And as shop owners, we pride ourselves in customer service. Then it falls on us. And if we have to do a free tattoo, we do a free tattoo. If we have to give back money, we'll give it back money, as long as it makes sense for the client and us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, if the person's being super rude or extreme, saying like they want to take advantage of us, we ain't stupid either. But at the end of the day, most of the times that we've had to help out an artist here, there was something that we can show the artist how to grow.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nobody that can say anything other than, the opposite of us. You know what I'm saying?
We have always tried to resolve something instead of just letting us sit.
And I think this week, dude, we had one of the most pivotal experiences that we've had as a shop owners. You
The
know?
guy that tried to run out. I like that guy that tried to run out with the free tattoo.
No, that was a different one. I'm talking about something more serious.
Oh, we had two of them today this week.
No, let's talk about
No,
it,
yeah.
and we try to be transparent here as a podcast that shows what we're about, the struggles. We talk a lot about the highlights here as owning a tattoo shop. Yeah, it's great to be owners of a tattoo shop that has 5 stars, kill it in black and gray in the Fontana area. We're getting a lot of popularity. We're getting a lot of reputation for just having really good customer service, and we're always proud to say that.
Really good artists.
Really good artists, and great customer service, and we're just doing something good here, and we're very proud to say that. But it's not always just about the good stuff. There's some stuff too that is like um, stuff that we don't want to deal with, but we have to. And let's talk about it.
Mm.
This week we had to let go of one of our artists.
It wasn't a decision we kind of made lightly. It took us a while to really come to it.
Yeah.
But it was just the boil of things that it was what was best for the business and what was best for the artists around.
Yeah, I think it was a pivotal time in our career as shop owners because we had never had to let anybody go
Mhm.
by our decision. We've lost artists here because they got another opportunity somewhere else. They just decided, the structure of commission base was really not for them. Um, One of them just left because he didn't like the way some of the things happened. You know what I'm saying? It was on his terms. This is the first time we had to sit down, me and you, and write the pros and cons of this decision, right? And it was tough. It wasn't easy. By no means was it easy. We're talking about changing somebody's um, routine, their life, um, their lifestyle. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because they're used to a certain, not lifestyle, but they're just changing their
Just
career,
lifestyle.
their lifestyle, whatever, for lack of the word. So it felt like a lot of responsibility on our part
Mhm.
to make the right choice, right? Do we keep the artist or do we let him or her go, right?
I feel like in a way he was keeping us from growing as a shop. Um,
That's a very good point. Yeah.
in a way because he was a weak link in the shop.
Yeah. And we viewed it as a weak link. And by no means it's not like a diss on him. It's just we were analyzing him as an artist, not as a person.
Yeah.
And he was the weak link because there was a lot of factors in there that didn't align with our growth mindset. You know, um, we preach about growth here. We preach about learning and being better, and he just wasn't.
He was a great tattoo artist. He just
Mm.
wasn't up there with our mindset.
He just was. His actions wasn't showing that he wanted to grow with us, you know? And it wasn't.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, simple as that. And it wasn't like it happened one day or from one day to the other, guys. This was um slowly growing, and it was. And every time we met, we felt like it was getting us stronger and stronger, and we did have opportunities to change it, but after analyzing it all, we just decided it was best for him to just try somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And which sucks because well, it doesn't suck. I mean, I'm glad that we made this decision, and I'm glad that um, he has an opportunity now to go somewhere else and flourish somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Um, but it's crazy, man. Going through that experience, I learned a lot about myself. I don't know if you did.
Yeah.
I learned that you know not everybody is gonna be 100 with you at all times. You know what I'm saying with the way you think. There's gonna be some people that just divert because they have their own obligations, their own ambitions, and everything. And so, what I learned more too is now that I don't have, um, now that I don't have to like use some energy to analyze that artist, now I can focus on the rest of the team.
Hmm.
And now I'm really grateful that our team is strong and follows the culture here. And we sat down with everybody and talked to them about what happened. It wasn't not like a surprise. We didn't announce it as a surprise. We slowly just told everybody, hey, this is what's happening. One of the team members is gone, and here's the reasons why. If you believe us, and if you don't, this this is this is what went down. We just want to let you guys know that you're part of the team. As ICONIQ, you guys have the responsibility of of knowing everything that's going on here just as well.
Mhm.
You know, so it was pretty intense, and it was pretty crazy. I ain't gonna lie, I felt like it was like a sweet moment, maybe. Sad to let him go, but happy to see that maybe he has an opportunity somewhere else.
Mhm.
You know, and but anyways, that's pretty much the experience we had, and it was pretty crazy. I don't know if you guys have experienced this or if you guys gotten let go before for some reason. It's always a tough topic to discuss, even with your own fellow artists in the shop. And if you're a shop owner, I don't know if you guys relate with us. Comment below. Um, if you had to let go of anybody, um, it's definitely a growth a growth moment in our lives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For both parties, really.
Going back to how you said like you grew from this, I feel like I did grow from this, and I got some different perspective of how we would look at future people that we hire. You know,
Interesting.
certain questions we would ask, certain things we would look for. It's like when you're dating, you don't ask someone you're trying to get to know. Oh, where do you like to go vacation? Oh, where do you like to do this? Oh, what do you like to do? You don't get to really know them like that. You gotta ask those questions like, what are your goals? What are your ambitions? What do you plan for the future? Things like that. I feel like that really is the questions we need to look forward to or look towards when we're hiring someone new now.
In the research I was doing, like I said, this was our first time that we had to let go somebody. I really never had this situation before, so I didn't have that experience.
And yeah, I mean, we sat down and we asked different people, what should we
Yeah.
do?
I
It
called up.
wasn't like just you and me. We sat down and we messaged different shop owners, different business owners, different parties that were like, what should we do? Are we doing the right thing?
And of course, my mentor Gary V. You know, I asked I asked for his thoughts. You know what I'm saying? I called the
Text
god
you
of
back?
self awareness. Yeah, he called me up. I'm on the personal line, dog.
Yeah, damn, bro. It's like that.
No, I just looked for some of his videos that were related to this. And he said something really, really important that made sense. He said, hiring is guessing, firing is knowing.
Mhm.
And that shit, like, it was so simple, it just made sense to me. When we hire somebody, we're guessing. We're guessing that they're gonna be good based on what we're see from just from face, you know,
Mhm.
face to face, and what they tell us. So we're guessing. Well, okay, they look like they do good tattoos. They say that they're good with customer service. So we're guessing, going on a hunch. All right, we'll hire you. Hiring is knowing. Now we know if you really are good with people or you're a good tattoo artist. Do you um all those other things that encompass our culture.
Mhm.
And that's why we had to let go of that artist, because I already knew based on his actions throughout the times he was here, throughout the later the later period of time where we had the many occurrences with him, that we're knowing that his actions weren't growing with our culture. And that's why we had to let him go. you know but we're just being very transparent right here on our podcast, guys, because um I feel you guys should deserve to know some of the good parts of owning a shop and some of the bad parts. And I don't mean bad,
Some of the hard
some of
parts.
the hard parts, the hard decisions. There's good
Mhm.
decisions of going to conventions and traveling and
Mhm.
meeting dope people, and then there's letting go of people, having these tough conversations with artists, you know, and it goes hand in hand. That's the business. Welcome to the business world. You know what I'm saying? But now, like I said, now I do value our artists more. I look at them and I'm greatly appreciative that they can come and do what we ask of them to do as being part of this team.
Mhm.
You know, we're not their boss. We work for them, but there is rules that we want the shop to be known as, and they follow them, and we're greatly appreciated to everyone that is here. You know what I'm saying? And now I want to show that appreciation more. And I'm thinking of ways of how we can do that because ICONIQ cannot be as successful as it is already with just me and you, bro.
Mhm.
It would just be a private fucking corner shop. The more people we have, the better the team, the more relations we build, the more awesome tattoos we do, you know, the more people we get to help because there's now 9 of us here.
Mhm.
And so by helping them grow and be better, we can achieve that faster than just me and you. If it was just me and you, it'd be easy, bro. I just yell at you all the time when you fuck up, and that's it.
Mhm.
No, it'd be easy. We handle it like when we were at the garage, remember?
Yeah.
It was fucking easy. We didn't handle problems. But when there's 9 personalities now back into a tattoo shop, there's a lot of complications. Everybody has their different ambitions. Everybody has their own different struggles. Now we have to nurture these struggles, these thoughts, these self-limiting beliefs they have. Right?
Mhm.
You're writing a lot, dog. What do you think?
I got like a fucking essay right here. No, yeah, you said like it's 9 different personalities, 9 different struggles, but we all have the same goal in mind to get better.
And
And
that's key.
that's one thing that I really appreciate from everyone here is that we're always trying to learn from each other. Nobody has an ego higher than the other, you know? Everybody's equal. Um you can learn from the person that's barely starting to the person that's been doing this for 50 years,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. I mean, I'm learning from the new artists that we bring in
Mhm.
stuff. I'm always asking questions. I mean, we have to be. Um, the respect is there,
Yeah.
and I think we show it, you know? Um, and this could have went sour had we not done it the way we did, you know what I'm saying? Where we talked to the whole team and we just said, "Don't worry about it." This was our decision, you know?
I want to go back to you say culture, but the definition or the brand we're hitting is mindset.
Yeah.
Explain to me a little bit more about why you believe culture and mindset are so aligned together.
Good question, bro. Put me on the spot. Here's
Told
what
you,
I
I
believe.
got an essay.
Huh? So culture is the overall thing of how we're seen by others,
Mhm.
right? Mindset within the walls of this tattoo shop. Pretty much the artist iconic mindset. We should all iconic mindset is within the walls.
Mhm.
Culture is outside the walls. What people think of us. Oh, these artists over there are iconic, man. When I go in there, they're always sharing ideas. One of them's always drawing. You know, the other one is working on fake skin. They're always asking each other questions on their tattoos. They're asking their opinions. It's not one in that corner, one in the corner, and the other one in this corner, and they're just like doing their own thing. It's all an interwoven like display, like a
Mhm.
dance. You know what I'm saying? That's what that's what the culture is. That's what clients see. The iconic mindset is what we portray outward to them. So, in simple terms, now that I'm describing it to myself in my head, iconic mindset is what we protrude out. Culture is what they get out.
I feel like the other way around, no? The mindset is what we as an individual, as an artist, have to basically achieve the goals that we want, right?
Yeah.
And then the culture is exactly how you said. It's what we pursue out, what we push out.
Yeah.
So I guess the mindset would be is what we let into our mind
There you
that
go. That's what I meant.
influences
Yeah.
that influence us to create those decisions, to be not to be to
Like let's take an example.
I can't talk today.
Drink some more of that whiskey, bro. Just kidding. Like mindset, iconic mindset is what we believe as artists want to do, right?
Mhm.
And let's talk like for instance, let's highlight one. Um Customer service, right? That's one of the things that can go into the mindset and go into the culture, right? So
Yeah.
let me finish my thought real quick before it's gone. Um, so customer service, as far as iconic mindset, it's just learning how to be the best at communicating to somebody so that you could display good customer service.
Mhm.
That's part of the iconic mindset. Now, having the a great culture would be the opposite, which is a client coming in and experiencing that high level of customer service, and that's gonna tell that client, well, this is what this shop's about. Okay? So it's not the same thing. It's one coming in and the other one going in. I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So
In a way, I guess that would be considered same as
reputation. Just
yeah,
all that.
reputation, but what I was thinking is like in a way like the law of attraction. We're putting out what we want and then we get like artists that are in the same mindset as well. Would that work?
Kinda, but then that would, yeah, because we have hired people that were seeing that from us. So in a way, yeah, in a way, we're. What I was saying is like culture is like your reputation.
Yeah.
If you're confused about what culture means, guys, that's better. That's simpler word to say. What is your reputation? What's your brand about? You know, from a client's perspective, if you're a tattoo artist, your clients should know that your reputation is. If you want to perceive yourself as professional or not, you know, as hardworking or not, as
Pretty animal.
party animal or workaholic, um, you know, whatever you want to perceive, your culture determines what your reputation is. And our reputation at the shop here is high professionalism, customer service, art driven,
Hmm.
right? I like that word, art driven. We're always talking about art. In one given day, guys, if you're here in the shop as a client or as a, um, you know, we're just waiting for one of your friends to get tattooed, we're tossing up questions like, man, how did you get that? How do you get that tones in there? How do you get that saturation in there? You see the composition on so and so's body. How dope was it when that artist did it? That artist, man, he just thinks different. Those are the conversations we're passing around here. You
You'd
know,
be surprised. Not a lot of shops do that.
you know, and we got to ask ourselves why. Why aren't other shops doing it? Because it goes down to the leaders, or
Mhm.
the owner, leader, or the lead, or the leadership. In short, so we have a big role here to constantly push that. And there's so many ways to push um those ideas and those theories, I guess you could say, or principles to these guys and girls. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Constant reminder works. You can't just say it one week and say it a month later because we get in our own head with our tattoos and then we forget. But we have to be consistent in that because time and time again, we'll have artists coming to us and, hey, can we talk to you on the side? Yeah, what's up? I have this situation with a client. What should I do? And each situation is different. But I find I always go back to what is our principles here? What is our mindset at the shop? Customer service. Understand the client. All right. So let's hear out what the artist has to say, analyze it, and then use use customer service as the base, and then you can answer it like that.
Hmm.
That's how I figured out some stuff, and it's worked out. And then if the artist believes in our culture, our reputation, and our mindset, then they would understand and believe us. Say, okay, man, I'm going to trust you. I'm going to handle that situation with my client. That way, um, the way you suggested, we'll go from there. Prime example, you alluded to that one with one of our artists' clients this week.
Hmm.
Let's talk about it, because these are the kind of things that nobody brings up. One of our artists books a session with the client, right? And it's a big piece, and the artist does it. He told them a rate per day, and so they agreed on it. It was done through text, right? And they get to tattooing. Well, at the end of the day, the artist gets rushed by the client's family that was coming,
Hmm.
you know. And our artist said, "Hey, I still got a lot to go. You want me to finish it right now? Because our session it'll be ended right now, and I get paid per session. But it looks like you're being rushed into leaving by your family. Do you want to stop it here and then finish it tomorrow? It'll be another session." And at the time, everybody's in pain. They were like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah," right?
Hmm.
And what happens? Uh, the artist gets paid half of it of the session. So the artist was feeling like, "Well, what's going on?" Right? So he comes to us and he talks to us about it. So, um, by the facts that are given to us, we have to determine, well, you know, should we talk to the client? Should we talk to the artist? What do we do? It's customer service, right? So we just tell them, hey, you need to communicate with that person, and um, tell them that the next session is due if you're going to work tomorrow, um, right before you start, and but he has to pay to finish the last session. You know?
Yeah.
We have to have our boundaries as a business. We can't just go on, yeah, I trust you. And we have to show the artists here how there's boundaries, but at the same time, help the clients understand that um, this is a business and we do value them, but we don't we don't just work for free either, you know. And so that was a lesson on our part this week too, because that hardly ever happens, but it does happen. And at the end of the day, we just have to roll with the punches, as they say. And one prime example of us, being like minded is that we're all gonna go to a seminar together in November.
Hmm.
One artist just said it to everybody, "Hey, I just booked a seminar with Dana Rocha over there in Seven Tattoo." And what did we all do?
Y'all jumped on it.
We all jumped on it. Everybody here that's in working artists just said, "I'll go, I'll go, I'll go." That was beautiful to see. So it's gonna be an exciting weekend for us because we're gonna all um, get to go hang out, learn some dope techniques from one of the masters in our point of view.
Hmm.
And then, of course, we probably go hang out after and just experience Vegas in its own way and just build that bond together again. So it's gonna be dope as a team to go as a road trip and as a seminar. We're all gonna grow. We're gonna grow personally. We're gonna grow uh, professionally. What are your
And
thoughts
we
on that?
got that. And we got that convention coming up too. We're all going together as
Oh,
well.
yeah, and then we do have Golden State.
Yeah.
That's in September. So
Another event everybody just jumped on top of.
and everybody jumped on it.
Mhm.
See, and that's the key, that everybody's aligned with growth, and it's gonna be exciting to see everybody like doing their best, and we're definitely gonna be even better now. We're not only we doing a convention where we
Mm.
get to meet new people. We're gonna take a seminar in November to grow in our technique wise.
Mm.
Who benefits out of this?
Everyone.
Everyone, our clients, our brand, our culture within the shop,
Mhm.
you know, and we're gonna continuously build that iconic mindset here, man. You know what I'm saying?
One move at a time.
That's it. So, guys, if you guys have any questions, you guys want to ask us, or maybe some tips,
We actually didn't do the question of the after the podcast. We didn't put it out last
yeah,
week, so we'll be putting out some this week, and then hopefully we get some questions for you guys. We can answer some of your questions on the Instagram. So if you guys you have our Instagram, go on there. On the stories, I'll be requesting see if you guys want anything we want to talk about or anything you guys want answered from us. Just let us know. Stay tuned for that one.
yeah. So thanks for share this, guys. Share this if you guys saw some value in here. Share it to, um, someone you know, a fellow artist, a fellow tattoo shop owner, um, or just someone you think might want to hear this uh, podcast today. And we greatly appreciate you. We're trying to, spread out to everybody that likes our topics, and we'll see you on the next Iconic Mindset.
Peace out.
Peace.